This is Jess Richardson of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Eagles Victory Song.
How you doing? And welcome to Objectively Biased Sports with me, your host, the Objective One, The Fog. And this is Super Bowl Sunday. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Me being an Eagles fan, I am ecstatic about this. And that's where it ends, because once again, we're playing the New England Patriots. Yes, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, probably the greatest coach in NFL history. And we got to play them with Nick Foles as the quarterback. Now, I'm featured on a show called Football Fury. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for it every Tuesday at 8 p.m. And I was on that show emphatically stating my claim that Nick Foles will not get Philadelphia to a Super Bowl. They're done. I'm happily eating crow right now. I have no problem with it. We're in the Super Bowl. But Cement Shoes Foles hasn't really been anything spectacular. Yes, he's completed over 70% of his passes, and people are going, oh, wow, look what Foles is doing. I've got Eagles fans saying, see, look what's happening. He can do it. He's a mediocre quarterback. And I was met with resistance on that. Wow, mediocre quarterbacks don't make it to the Super Bowl. Really now, they don't. Because Rex Grossman never made it to a Super Bowl, right? Because Kerry Collins and Trent Dilfer didn't both play in Super Bowls. Brad Johnson and Rich Gannon didn't play in Super Bowls. No, Stan Humphries didn't make a Super Bowl. Mark Rippon and Doug Williams didn't make Super Bowls. Nope, no way. Mediocre quarterbacks to non-existent quarterbacks don't make Super Bowls, right? Please, spare me the bullshit. Nick Foles is on a lucky streak. It happens in the NFL. Look at Eli Manning's Super Bowl. Oops, sorry, Giants fans. Listen, Nick Foles completed over 70% of his passes. This is something he hasn't done in his career, okay? He had an anomaly season, and now he's having an anomaly playoff. Or is it? No, it's not an anomaly when you look at the coaching. Doug Peterson, who is a branch off the Andy Reid coaching tree, which I hate, I wish that tree would get chopped down already. He's done something that Andy Reid never did. He reinvented the playbook to work around the strengths of his quarterback. So Nick Foles isn't as agile as Carson Wentz. Outwent those read option plays and anything with a moving pocket. Nick Foles has a strong arm, can hit the outs pretty well, hit the deep ball pretty well, hit the slant pretty well. Guess what they did? They took out some of those crossing routes, touch routes that he's not going to be able to hit because of the strength of his arm and his inaccuracy. They ran more between the tackles as opposed to running outside of the tackles to hit the corners and hit the edges with their running backs. Why? It sets up for a nice play action pass. They've done a great mix on the offensive side of the ball, and Doug Peterson and that coaching staff deserve a hell of a lot of accolades for what they've done in Philadelphia, not Nick Foles. And I stand by this, because if Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl, as elated as I will be, as happy and as thrilled as I will be, I'll be the first one saying, thank you, Nick Foles. Who wants to trade for him? Please take him off our hands. We'll take a first-round pick. Hell, we robbed Minnesota for a first-round pick for Sam Brokeleg Bradford. We could do this for Nick Foles, right? I know, Eagles fans, you're disappointed. How can you be an Eagles fan? How can you represent Fly, Eagles, Fly, and be so down on Nick Foles? Because I'm honest, because I'm objective, and because I've watched Nick Foles' career. He's a clipboard quarterback, meaning backup, on the sideline, break glass in case of emergency. That is what Nick Foles is. That is what he will always be. And if Philadelphia manages to win a Super Bowl with Nick Foles at the helm, a backup quarterback, it wouldn't be the first time a Super Bowl was won with a backup quarterback. Giants fans know all about that. Jeff Hostetler. Look, I want the Eagles to win. I hope they win. I don't believe they'll win, but if there is a God, I'll pray to him. And if the Eagles win, I'll believe in him. Shit. Let's go. Let's roll the dice. There's the bet. Go Eagles. And now on to my objective thought. And my objective thought is going to target Michigan State University and the scandal that is going on over there, the ongoing scandal and the hypocrisy of not only the university, of not only the NCAA, but social media and media in general, and the fact that this isn't getting the coverage it truly deserves. Now, what occurred? Well, it started off with Dr. Larry Nassar, a physician for the USA gymnastics team, and a physician employed by Michigan State University. And since 1998, well, he'd been sexually assaulting and molesting girls. And he was just recently convicted and sentenced to 175 years in prison. Yeah, let that sink in, 175 years. Over 150 women testified against him. How did this not come out sooner? Doesn't stop there though. Now the football program and the basketball program have had it spill over onto them with 17 cases of sexual assault in both football and basketball. The irony in this is, if you're a student athlete and you get a free pizza from Pizza Hut, you're getting suspended pending investigation, buddy. But if you're the coach of that program, like say, Tom Izzo is right now at Michigan State because they're a top 5 basketball team, or Mike D'Antonio, Michigan State football coach, well, you're still able to operate as normal because the investigation is pending. And we're having success right now, so we don't want to suspend our coach immediately, right? Yet the AD stepped down. He got the hell out of there because he knows the firestorm that's coming. And ironically, Dr. Mark Emmert, the president of the NCAA, has done nothing, yet when he was put into his position in 2010, had received documents about this and did nothing with it. The level of negligence and ignorance here is ridiculous. It's astounding because they all scream, we want institutional control. Yeah, how's that going right now, Dr. Mark Emmert? But it's not just there. It's you guys out there. And I'm going to issue a challenge to everyone out there. I'm going to challenge all of you to do something. I'm going to challenge you not to watch the NCAA tournament. It is the biggest grossing and most profitable business for college sports. They make over $1 billion on it. Well, maybe it's time they suffer a record low. Because see, if you keyboard warriors out there, were willing to go through the trending topics and decide, I'm not watching football because Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job. Or you were on the opposite end of that spectrum saying, I'm not watching football because those football players kneeling are disrespecting our country and the national anthem and our flag. Yeah, an inanimate object that you worship. Thank you, genius. If you were willing to not watch football, 6 months of not watching football, then you should be able to take 3 weeks of not watching the NCAA tournament, right? Because it's not like someone's not getting a job or someone's kneeling during a 45-second playing of a song. No, human beings were affected. Little girls, young ladies were affected, sexually assaulted. They are going to have to bear this burden, scarred mentally as well as physically because of this. If there is an outrage for this, but there was outrage for Colin Kaepernick and outrage for the national anthem, then sit your hypocritical ass down. Don't ever comment again. Because this right here is something you need to stand for. This is something that you should be voicing your opinion about. This is something that should have you pissed. I'm not watching the NCAA tournament. And I challenge you to do the same. Thank you for watching Objectively Biased Sports. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Objectively Biased Sports. Follow me on Instagram, _TheFog, and on Twitter, Twitter handle The Fog, @SFogMeg. And as always, watch, share me, comment, and enjoy.